takeaway. They're thinking that Don 128 will most likely go for Renekton. Yeah, but I agree with you on this, right? Like, the best possible last ban here is Jax, not something else. Because if you ban their Jax, that means that Don 128 will be left for himself on the top side. He can pick the Fiora, which is also a very good counter to the Camille. Lots of lunges. Also, if you time perfectly your post, you can negate the Hextech ultimatum. It's easier said than executed though, for sure.
Yeah, very staple top laners already. FPX just removed the Jace. Oh, they will leave it open for Nova to pick up if ever Neon still wants his specific champion. But nevertheless, overall, really good banning phase here for both these teams. And Nova just has to pick up something really, really strong coming into their mid lane and bot lane.
I think Xayah is a premier option right now. Ezreal is also not a bad option. Ezreal is really starting to elevate in our power picks here in the Dragon lane. Also has, if anything, like Ashe versus Ezreal, I think that you pick Ezreal almost every time. Alright, kind of expected. Yeah. Goes for the Fiora, Don 128. What's the skills matchup on the top side? Which leaves the mid laner for Sky. What will be his mid laner? Possibly Yasuo?
Oh!
Wow! Okay.
So Lucian's going to the mid lane instead. Because expectedly, if you have a Xayah going to be locked in for the side of FPX, this will be the bottom laner.
It opens up for a Yasuo counter pick though. Are you sure, FPX? Neon loves his Yasuos. Oh!
Oh! Morgana bot lane? Another utility bot laners that Nova Esports have done in the past?
What? Okay. They lack damage for sure. But yeah, okay. This is again doubling down on Long's ability to carry. Sure, right? Morgana was able to win game number 2, but that was because they were babysitting Long on a champion that can really carry 1v5. Kha'Zix is not the same champion. Kha'Zix needs them at low health in order for him to get the resets. I'm not 100% sure if this, if this will play out similar to what happened in in game number 2.
Yeah, and the additional bonus thing as well is that they had a champion that could pretty much just sustain the early game for themselves, which was Jace onto Neon. But this time around, they had the Ezreal. Yes, that will give you a little bit more extra pokes coming into the early game phase, but the thing is, the other side has Lucian, the other side has Evelynn, the other side has so much possibilities into jumping into those fights at level 5, and even then, even if it comes to the late game, you also have Tristana as a late game insurance for the side of Nova Esports. I mean, rather FPX.
I'm still wondering why Nova did not go for the Yasuo though. That, like, the Yasuo was definitely the perfect pick here. You'll be going against a double AD composition or double marksman composition that FPX is desperately running. Infinite value on the wind wall. And there is a specific build on the Yasuo that allows you to have more sustainability. The Divine Thunder build, plus the Grasp of the Undying, which we are seeing a lot of. But again, it's Nova. They want to fight fire with fire, and fighting with the Ezreal. Oh, Dawn 128 sneaky with that one vital.
Yeah, nevertheless, Baron laner things here, and typically for Evelynn, you have the jungle invade with the Raptors here. This is already to be expected, but the red buff could be stealed. No smite left though.
Wait, Long is level 2.
It was Long who was able to take it, and now Single 7 has a disadvantage. Dawn 128 has to come into fray. Exhaust already there! Single 7 was able to take that kill, and now Neon is in danger. Exhausted coming into the Lucian, but Dawn 128 still secures it. A 2-for-1 overall.
Wait, so who was able to get the red buff in the end? I believe it was Long, right? Yeah, it was Long, but Long did not pursue, leaving his teammates to deal with the Evelynn. Interesting. And now the bot lane here, feeling the pressure from Kong and Chao as well. I just want to go back as to what happened in that level 1 exchange. I thought for a second, that Kha'Zix should be superior, especially after getting that level 2. there should be in no world that Long will, be defenseless against Shingo 7. That's a steal!
Oh! No way!
He was spotted on a ward, and Shingo 7 does not have a buff 1 minute and 30 in.
Oh, that was so good coming from Long. And that's the blue buff even. That's what Evelyn wants.
Now FPX is trying to scramble. Neon does not have flash.
Could go in for the body tap as well. Neon just got CC'd, and now with the bombs from Tristana that will secure it despite the distance covered. And now FPX, nevertheless, if they did not get the priority when it comes to the jungle for single 7, they still get a lot of value out from the map.
Yeah, spreading the gold for his teammates is Shingo 7. He will get slowed down for sure. Like, he was not able to get his blue buff. He tried to invade the red buff, which just basically means that he is going to be delayed in tempo for sure. But to remedy it, FPX sends over their team members to help out Shingo 7. So at the end of the day, it still is a 1.6k goal lead in the favor of FPX.
Yeah, that's still massive. Really, despite 2 minutes early on, 1.5k gold lead might seem really little, but coming into laning phase, that's massive. So FPX having this early game advantage would give them such a good acceleration when it comes to scaling, especially coming to Kong as a very late game champion.
Yeah, Shingo 7 level 5. This is where he's strongest. We'll see though how long, what senses.
Very good sense coming into that. Long coming into the top side of the map here. Gets information here. So Shingo 7 can come through and look at Don 128.
Oh, Charm could connect at any moment. But Long. Oh!
Yitze coming into this with an exit ultimatum as well, but Skya fell unexpected. Coming into this fight, it's a 3v2 that Nova doesn't want to take.
Interesting. He still went for the Hexagon ultimatum, even by knowing that there are some members in the area. Long, another contest.
Now going through, Long is in danger. Has to give away the red buff, but Yami with the Call of the Forge God gets denied from Chow with a body slam and explosive cask. And overall, it is Shingo 7 who will take the red buff for themselves.
It is actually Don 128 that took the red buff for himself. It's not Shingo 7. That is still the red buff of FPX from their own jungle. So I'm not 100% sure if that was planned all along, but you look at his position. If a Baron laner gets his hands onto a red buff, it will just be a one-sided affair. And you look at the amount of poke damage that he can deal out to Yutze.
Yeah, and the thing is, it is also Don 128 who has a massive lead up against Yitze, not just because of how the laning phase went, but also given the fact that there's just so much team fights occurred into the top side of the map that Don 128 has so much assist on and kills.
And there's when you look at the way FPX has been doing almost everything right now, like they want to make sure that Shingo 7 will have the backup that he needs whenever he invades, and this is a quality of a very good team. Now Kong will be gifted 2 tower plates on the top side, a very good amount of gold, and a provoking taunt coming from Chow as well.
Yeah. A very hefty amount, to say the least, coming in from Kong. This is what we're saying, right? The early game lead coming from FPX just accelerates how Kong wants to play this late game and gets his power spike. And now it's already 2k gold lead.
What?
They could get the Rift Herald as well. More capitalization for the early game.
3 tower plates on the top side. Oh!
Starts up the fight, but Yami is down low. Shingo 7 could go for the flank.
Yep, can flash in. Doesn't have the flash in actually. Last caress.
Yami has to go away. Shingo 7 will not force it. Now the Call of the Forge God knocks up. Yeet denies with a body slam coming from Chow. And that is Kong who takes the kill.
And Sky having the priority in the mid lane, always there to provide backup for all the over-aggressive members of FPX. I believe this is where everything tilted to the favor of FPX, right? Like the Lucian matchup in the mid lane started to give the priority to FPX, and you look at the gold chart right now. 4 members of FPX are the top 4 gold earners. What is happening right now? Like Nova Esports is really feeling the pressure of FPX so far.
Yeah, so much pressure. This is what happened back into game number 2, right? There's just a lot of capitalization for the early game for the side of FPX, but the massive big difference here is that they already have Kong. They have these late game champions that they could utilize. They also have a single 7 with Evelyn that could really just look for the likes of Long later on. Single 7 is down low. Long goes in for the flash, secures the kill. But he is exhausted there, Sky. And Chow going for the chase. Body Sam is there. He's gone. He is deleted from game number 3.
It's a 1-for-1. The tower in the mid lane is still going to get defended here by Nova Esports. A positive sign overall if you think about proactivity, but Nova Esports will surrender a tower on the top side. Full tower plates again for Kong. This is the same recipe of success during game number 1 in where FPX was able to win the early game so hard that Nova Esports cannot do a thing mid game.
Yeah, the added bonus to that is a while ago in game number 1, it was Kong who had the Lucian, but this time around he is on a scaling champion, so a better scaling champion is on the side of FPX towards the late game of this match.
Full tower plates upside, full tower plates mid lane. The only tower plates that was not farmed by FPX is the bot lane, but it doesn't matter, right? Like, you look at the performance by Nian right now, he's desperately trying to defend this tower, investing his true shot barrage as well. Meanwhile, on top side, Dawn.
Grand challenge. Single 7 comes in.
He's
going for the charm. Connects. There's no escape. The Ignite picks him down. Grand challenge success. And FPX secures another kill.
That's the long lane, long chase that was made available by Kong to destroying the tower on the top side. And now Long is being bullied away from his own jungle.
Call to Forge God, long range engage coming through, zones away FPX. That will give enough distance for Nia to be able to come home safe.
105 HP for the bot lane tower to go down. And you look at Shengdo 7. I tell you what, like FPX, they unlock another level of play whenever they get their hands on the Evelyn. His Evelyn is so aggressive. And that will be the final tower, final outer tower, destroyed by FPX. All of a sudden, we are witnessing a 6k goal lead in favor of FPX.
Yeah, and Bloodthirster already secured. You're also building up to more items for Kong coming into this matchup. You have full turret placed on top side. You had the turret taken down by Kong as well into the bottom lane. There's so much gold now being injected to the ADC. Dawn 128 visits top lane. Grand challenge secures it. A lot of sustainability here, and Chow comes into the top side as well. There's just so much rotations coming from FPX, and that's what Nova has to be fearful for.
The good thing is that Long was still able to get his own red buff though. Like, that's already the 3rd red buff in a row that FPX tried to contest. 2 out of 3 times Long was still able to secure the red buff for himself. But you can see the game plan of FPX. It's to continue to pressure down Long, not allow him to farm up, to be impactful in the game. And again, so far so good for FPX. Like, their win condition of trying to contain and control Long. Double thumbs up.
Definitely is. Now we'll see how Noah will play this out as 9 minutes and 30 already into the game. And Mountain Drake will come out.
That will be the setup time. And Shengdo 7, again, stealthed. Trying to clear out any potential vision around the area. Meanwhile, Long, he does not have the luxury to really just show himself without any good frontline. The frontline is Yami. He needs to be here. However, he needs to also cast his Call of the Forge God, which can easily get denied by the damage and by the Gragas of Chow.
Yeah, and that is the reason why they're playing a little bit more towards the safety off their own jungle, the right quadrant jungle here, and FPX just wants to zone away the members of Nova Esports and have priority into the mid lane.
So far, so good for FPX. Being patient, Yami.
Chow, good burn of the ultimate of the Gragas, and now Call to Forge comes through. Yitze will not connect onto anyone.
Oh, Long is dead.
The thing is, Long is gone. No jungler left for Nova Esports. A signal for FPX to start the Drake.
Yeah, Long got exhausted. Shengdo 7 there to provide some damage, and FPX will be taking this dragon as their prize. They're moving towards top side, and that is just the plan, possibly. Division ward, so they do have. So we'll look into that replay again, right? Eyes on Long. Long goes for the engage. Yeats and Long had different targets, and that was why, right? Like, oh man, the miscommunication on Nova Esports, which you don't expect from a world champion team, starting to show, at least in game number 3.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate overall. And at this point in time, you already have 7k gold lead for the side of FPX, and the majority of it is all towards Kong as well. So that's another extra layer that you have to think about for the side of Nova Esports, that we really need to access Kong later on into the matchup. We need not for that specific champion to be able to scale, because at this point in time, you have Bloodthirster and the 40 Quick Blades already secured.
Yami desperately trying to survive.
Going for the charm, explosive cast as well to just secure the CC, but Yami's just gonna walk out unscathed. Now Hextech ultimatum locks it onto Kong, and that is what we're saying, right? They have to access Kong into the back lines. Last grass to be able to retreat. The CCs are perfect, and that will be Singdo7 who is removed. Nova starts the Baron.
And with that, Nova might just have found the opening. To even up the game, this Baron buff will present them lots of gold. Oh, that's a misstep. FPX, it was Kong, got caught. Hextech ultimatum, a frontline Tristana. That's not what you want.
And the unfortunate thing about this as well is Don 128 lunged onto the Baron, then the CC of the Baron became a detriment to FPX.
He got pushed back, right? But again, it's the chase down potential of Nova Esports as well. Now, with Nova having that Baron buff, let's see if they can convert it into multiple towers. We're seeing the tower on the top side already destroyed. Slowly but surely, this gold lead is dissipating right now, Infinity. It's down to 1.8k. Oh man, FPX. Oh,
really unfortunate.
It's so sad for them, right? Like, if they end up losing this just because of that overstep, it will haunt them for sure.
Yeah, this is really unfortunate, right? Because this is what we've mentioned a while ago, that Kong is pretty much the key target here for Nova. Once they secure Kong, it's FPX who is on the brink of really losing any fights from here on forward, because that is basically the key for Nova Esports.
And so now it's down to 1.5k goal lead. Nova Esports with last
long
wave.
Goes into the backside! Kong is deleted!
Kong just got deleted. In less than a second, Long is showing he still is the king of the jungle. FPX trying desperately to defend his tower.
Yami's in danger. We'll be able to run away. Remake is there as well as a little extra safety and ultimatum on the Chow, along with the dark binding. Forces out the stasis enchant, but at that point, Long was aiding to eat him alive.
Long is still a different breed of a player, right? Like, you look at him, you give him an inch, he will take a mile. Long will be taking this tower in the mid lane, will be taking down Inhibitor tower in the bot lane. FPX all of a sudden is behind 2.5k.
That's really unfortunate, and now Yeetze being chased down as a duel. We all know Don 128 has the advantage, but they just need to wait for Long. Don 128 is isolated, and this is the death of him.
Nowhere to go. Nowhere to hide. Singdo.
Proto belt, Singdo7, Long is the target. Could go in for the charm, but Singdo7 is in danger. And there will be Nova who bites back. And now it's Kong who has to retreat, who has to leave. SkyFL in danger as he is pinned out. And Yeetze goes for the chase, but at this point in time, Nova needs not to chase them down. They already got everything that they want.
Tilted alert. Ladies and gents, Nova Esports is just taking everything from FPX. FPX try their hardest, right? For 13 minutes, they've been winning this game. They've been controlling Nova Esports in every facet of the game. But they give them that one opening, and Nova Esports pounced, got the Baron, got all the towers in return. And now Nova is in control in game number 3.
And once again, it's a running back from game number 2. FPX had everything in the world coming from the early game, but is denied by Long's capability to access the backline. Hextech ultimatum going to Singdo7 and don't want to wait, and Singdo7 just punishes him.
Finally, something to slow down Nova Esports in their tracks. FPX though, still far from the position that they were in earlier. Like, oh my. The double AD carry composition though is a very formidable late game composition. But make no mistake, Nova Esports is really feeling confident, and you know, they feel that they have a very good chance in snagging away the series for themselves. All the advantage that FPX tried to work hard for, gone in an instant.
Yeah. And the thing is, this is the meta before, right? During the icons, during into season 1, this is pretty much the meta that was coming through with having the APCs coming into the bottom lane. And thus far, Nova has went back into the classics and are currently making it work.
On the top side, the Baron might just get started, and that's why FPX is sending over their members. Long Voidus
goes in for the chase. SkyFL dashes over the wall, but not enough, and that will be Long deleting Delusion once more.
He still is the primary carrier of this team. Long is him. Ladies and gentlemen,
Seven, a little bit overextension. Has to use the last caress. Don't want to wait as well. Follows through, but the thing is, Baron moving the target by Nova.
Baron half health. Nova Esports knows that if they win this, that's it.
The charm onto Yitze. Look at the Baron. Not enough. Nova will secure it. FPX has nowhere to go but run. But Yami has secured. Kong don't want to wait. Highs on the bush. Yitze uses up the flash. Long secures the final blow. And every single kingdom FPX has built has shut it down by Nova. This will be the turnaround that they're looking for. And the Icons champions are looking for another win here in Season 2.
Nova Esports. What happened? Oh, okay. I guess, you know, one comeback, one come from behind win is not enough. They got 2 in a row for the Icons champions. And all of a sudden, Nova Esports was able to at least raise their record into 2-2. And that, I believe, is enough for them to be part of the top 8, which is basically the